so this might be a rarity in the history of band concerts of all time. We are actually going to start maybe a little bit early. So welcome, or should I say, welcome back. It is so wonderful to be back on this stage with our young instrumentalists to share with you some of the music we have been working on, as well as their growth as musicians. To put things into perspective, the 6th grade band, which is this band right here, has never done an in-person concert before in their life. The 7th grade band, which will be next, did their last in-person concert the winter of their 5th grade year when they knew how to play 3 notes. And I think you're going to hear big differences between that concert and today. The 8th grade band's last in-person concert was the winter of their 6th grade year. Needless to say, I think we can all agree that today is very special for you guys and also for Mrs. Hostetter and myself and our wonderful young musicians. We are so excited to share the stage with them, and I hope you enjoy today's concert. Senorita, are you ready?
She's back there, she's going.
All right, I'll keep talking, that's great. It's good, it's good. All right, so the 6th grade band is going to open today's concert with a piece called Tidings of Joy by Robert W. Smith. And in this piece, there is a juxtaposition of a fanfare that happens 3 times throughout the piece, and also a traditional Christmas carol, God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. about you. That was a lot of fun. This feels great. Okay, so next, Tango Bells is an arrangement of jingle bells with a tango habanero rhythm. You can hear a lot of the rhythmic changes in the melody of Jingle Bells, along with the usage of the habanero bass line, which is going to be played in the low brass and low woodwinds. And I think they can agree they like this part. They like this one a lot. Eventually, you will hear Jingle Bells played in its traditional way, and then we close out finally with a little tango version. In band, we work on attention to details in how we create sound, in the music, how we articulate, and in so many other ways that I don't have enough time to name them all. This attention to detail grows in the students as they continue to progress on their instruments. Now, the clarinet section was so observant and careful that they spotted a problem in their music for Furient and asked me about it. They were correct. There was a misprint in their part. The publisher was contacted, and they also confirmed that there was a mistake. And I think this is super cool of them that they noticed that. I'm super proud of them. So we got it first printed, and the publisher hopefully has fixed it for future bands who are going to play Furient. A Furient is an Eastern European dance form characterized by regularly shifting accents. This piece is an original composition by Jack Wiles, but is heavily influenced by Dvorak's Slavic Dance No. 1. Very similarly to Dvorak's composition, there is a refrain that is repeated several times, which you will hear. After a brief development section in the relative minor and a grand pause, the piece comes to a close. This was composed by Douglas Wagner. According to the composer, there has been a much revered penguin residing in the Edinburgh Zoo, which is in Scotland, ever since it opened in 1913. To mark that special occasion, the Christian Slavinson family gifted the zoo with its first king or emperor penguin, thus marking Scotland's strong ties to Norway. In a personal effort to keep those bonds solidly in place, Niels Eidlegen, a member of the Norwegian Royal King's Guard, took a keen interest in the penguin exhibit. A few years later, the regiment set into motion their plans to adopt a penguin, giving him the name Niels Ollie. And this march is in honor of that penguin. Christmas Time is Here is a piece that I'm sure most, if not all of you, will recognize. It is from the 1965 television special, A Charlie Brown Christmas, and is heavily influenced by jazz due to Vince Guaraldi being a jazz pianist. Originally, it was composed as an instrumental piece, but a month before it first aired on television, Lee Mendelson loved the melody so much, he said, that he had to put lyrics with it. Now this piece is considered a jazz classic as well as a popular Christmas tune. with Ascension, which is a fanfare for band. The piece is in ternary form, which means that you will hear the first idea stated at the beginning and at the end of the piece, with a legato melody in the middle, which will primarily be played by the clarinets. The first idea opens with a percussion feature, and then the band enters.
the 8th grade band. I have the pleasure of working with them here at the high school. And I want to tell you, these students have really grown in their playing ability from the beginning of the year to this point. And I'm excited to hear what we're going to play even in the spring. But we've been working on several pieces for you. But the first piece we're going to play is by Ludwig van Beethoven. This was later in his career, prior to him going completely deaf. This is his 7th symphony, and this is kind of, we call this Beethoven's brooding song, right? He's starting to not be able to enjoy music to his fullest. So it's written in minor quite a bit, but it's very dramatic. We'd like to put a lot of times classical music with our winter songs because they kind of go hand in hand. So this is before the time that he went completely deaf, which is his 9th symphony, which you might know, dun 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 dun, dun 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 dun, the really dramatic one. But 7th symphony was probably his lament to him not being able to enjoy hearing music like he wanted to. And music can bring solace to us in troubled times. And I think through the last 2 years, I could probably tell you that a lot of these students went to music as their comforter, right? As a way to escape from some of the things that were going on in this world. So we hope that you like Allegretto because the students voted for this one. They got to choose this one, and this is the one that they chose to play for you. So we hope you like Allegretto. Our next piece is a multi-movement piece, so we ask that you don't clap in between them, but I will be talking in between each one of the movements just to buy our percussionists a little bit of time. But this next piece is called Three Spanish Carols, and the very first carol that we have is a well-known carol, and it's called Come Adore the Boy, or the Child, the Christ Child. So we will play the first movement, and then we'll play 2 movements after that, but I'll tell you what the translation of each one of the movements are, just so the percussion can have a little bit more time to get ready. The next carol that is in this selection is, when we were first translating it, it was not very happy. What did we, cold dismemberment December, that's what we were, but it's just in the cold of December, right? I believe that's what the official translation is. But of course, that's what happens when you use Google Translate, when we're translating things in Ensemble. So this is the cold December, not dismembered December. Okay, so we hope you like this one. To Bethlehem is on fire. Am I right, Nate?
In Bethlehem, they play with fire.
Yes, they play with fire, and it's not on fire. Okay, that's a better translation. Thank you.
Mommy, it was taking long.
that the 8th grade band is going to play, and the last piece for the concert, for this first concert, is called Deck the Halls with Drums and Voices. The voices part is actually having you involved halfway through the song. We're going to hopefully have you guys join in and sing Deck the Halls with Bells of Holly. Hopefully, some of you out there know the lyrics. I'll give you a cue, and hopefully Senorita will help lead that from the back also. But this is in an African style, and it would be a complete composition unless we added the voices. So hopefully this will bring you some holiday joy as we sing Deck the Halls with drums and voices. Thank you so much for coming out. And we ask that if you're interested in, we have some Mustang cards, discount cards left. We're also doing a fundraiser with marching band carolograms. So check those things out. We're going to clear things out from the first concert. Get ready for the second concert that's going to be starting in about, I guess, 45 minutes or so now. So thank you so much.